So I would recommend the language be that we authorize the county attorney to proceed on the agreement offering settlement for the 8 manufacturers. Okay.
I would make that motion.
All right. Following closed session, we have a motion from Helmers with support from DeBoer to authorize the county attorney to proceed with the agreement presented offering settlement with 8 manufacturers relative to the opioid litigation. Any further discussion on that motion? If none, then those in favor of approval of the motion signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. You got your approval.
Thank you very much.
Ability to proceed. Okay. We are looking to discuss replacement EMS director salary. Have some information in our packet. Sandy, do you want to come up or?
I wouldn't want to sit there.
Where do we want to start?
I did some gathering of what other directors make around this. And Rochelle was real helpful this morning because quite frankly, I couldn't really tell you what, I think I make 46,000.
Yeah, you're hourly at $25.12 an hour.
So anyway, that's what I'm making. And when you gather information from around us, they're making anywhere from $70,000 to $100,000 a year, depending on the area, of course, and then their population and the number of call volumes that they have. The one that is pretty close to us as far as population, we have a few more calls than they do. Their director makes about their compensation packet, which I'm assuming Rochelle would be like their IFRS and insurance and wages. So we have one in the upper $70,000. I think it kind of gives you an idea of what you guys are kind of looking at.
You said her current rate was what, 25 what an hour?
$25.12 per hour.
And most paramedics are, the paramedics get $30 an hour. There's one out there in Laverne, the director makes $46.50 an hour.
And then I guess we have to decide full-time, part-time, 3/4 time,
Right.
you know. Because right now you work, what, between 30 and 32 hours a week?
Mhm.
How many annual calls? How many annual calls?
We do about 750. Yeah, that's what we do. Well, excuse me, take that back. I'm sorry. It was 571 last year, but we have done close to 600 a couple of years, so in a row. But last year was 5, so I would have to say 575. Yeah. Right now we are probably maybe 6 calls away from at 400, so. For the years, and we've got a few months left. So we'll probably make that 500 again this year. Mhm. But, yeah.
I guess my thoughts are if it's been getting covered in 30 to 32 hours a week, I'd be interested in advertising for that and maintaining what we've had. Now, interest may not be there and it may have to be reconsidered, but to say that a new person coming in has to be at 40 hours when we've been covering it at 30 to 32, I have a hard time justifying, but,
Right.
and
I would agree, Jason. Let's wait and see what kind of leave it like it is, see what happens. If we don't get it, we'll have to change.
And I know the frustration employees experience when they leave and someone new comes in for the same money or more, but we're expecting the same results of a new hire, so I would anticipate leaving the salary the same. Certainly Sandy's gotten there 3 years of experience, so it's probably not entirely fair, but I almost think it's needed to generate interest, but I don't know for sure. And we're certainly not overpaying, looking at some comparisons or some other data, but not an apples to apples entirely. And the director's salary is not the only opportunity to make. When you take call or go out on calls, you receive
Right.
pay,
I
so
mean,
that
and
person would.
that's what needs to be explained to whoever applies. It's this is your directory, your EMS director, salary. But if you have to, they will never get away from not taking call, because that schedule is their ultimate, that's their ultimate job. So I was thinking I probably make between $15,000 and $20,000 more because of the amount of call. Because I kind of was looking at it, and I probably do 492 hours a month between, doing the directory or being the MS director and the taking call. There's only 750 hours a month. So that person that you hire is going to be a little overwhelmed unless they can, get more volunteers, or there's a couple $100,000 hidden somewhere under somebody's mattress someplace that you guys can hire someone to help them out.
If it's under my mattress, it's not because I put it there.
It's not under mine. I didn't win the lottery either, so. But I think the difference between hiring someone and having that volunteer is when you hire someone, you can say, this is your schedule, where they're able then to have a day off, or they're able to have a weekend off without, somebody calling them up in the middle of the night. Whereas when they're volunteer, and there isn't anything really you can do about it.
Well, encourage the advertisement to identify 32-hour a week position, and I'd say the whole wording of pay commensurate upon experience or something, but
Yeah.
not to exceed 25.12 at this
Yeah.
point.
That goes on.
I don't know if it needs to be advertised with the.
Yeah, and we can have
Jack looking over.
She'll update that, won't she?
Yeah, we can have Jack look at too before we put it
Sure,
out there again.
yeah.
We did have one applicant, but we're waiting to interview, right, in case you have more? Is that the
Right.
plan, your plan is? Okay. Then who's doing the interviewing then? The EMS board, this board?
Well, I would say the Board of Supervisors, I mean, you guys kind of hold the purse strings on that.
We have to discuss that further then when we get to interviewing. Okay.
We did increase the budget by about 35%, but we were, I think, mostly discussing that there might be some overlap or some training time where two would be getting paid rather than that just being in salary for the new position, but
Yeah. It would be wonderful to find someone that not only has done this position, but is familiar with some of the software and some of the grants that are out there that I'm already working, and they have already been working them too. So that would make the transition a lot easier and less. Mhm.
okay. Anything further? Do you want Dawn, is she available to come back for the next item if we're talking about opioid funds, or?
Yeah.
Well, it was Sandy's that wanted it on there. I didn't. I can call Dawn and see if she's available. I guess I didn't ask her about that.
She may be a little more knowledgeable of how they can be used.
Okay.
Is it,
Give her a call.
seeing if she's available?
Okay.
Kevin, you didn't have that. Arrest and stuff. I should probably do the smoking. Got it right there? Thank you.
I remember that.
Okay.
Gosh, that's just. Just talking about my job.
She'll be right down.
Okay.
All right.
Sandy was asking us to consider, or the item, discuss the opioid funds for ambulance service, so thanks for joining us.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not sure what
fine.
she's presenting, or what would you have in mind there, Sandy?
Okay, so, I'm asking the board to, for their support to help get some more, to take the rest of the opiate money and apply it to the ambulance service. I know the last time we talked about the K-9 program, and Kevin is here to answer any questions on that. So, but as you guys know, we are not going to pursue the K-9 program. Is that pretty close?
I did not know that, but
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Are you wanting to do that? I don't know.
What's that?
Are you how you are not gonna go ahead with the canine program?
Well, I haven't discussed that yet with Dawn or any of the board, but my opinion is I do not want a canine. I don't want a dog.
Okay.
Kevin and I talked a little bit, a couple weeks ago. Our county's arrest rate, tell me if I'm wrong, is probably one of the highest
Yes,
around.
I've got some stats here, and I'm sorry, but
Go ahead.
I can't disseminate it between anybody, because it's kind of, it's not a competition, but we're part of the Iowa Great Lakes Drug Task Force, and we do a semi-annual report. And, you know, and we got Clay County, Arnold's Park, Dickinson County, Emmett County, Emmitsburg, Esperville, Cassuth County. Everybody around us is a part of this. And our drug arrests, our search warrants, the amount of drugs we seize is just as high, if not higher, than some of the larger counties and communities around us. So that, I mean, what that's telling me is, and we don't have a dog. Our deputies are doing a very good job
That was my point.
of locating the drugs, and we're making the arrest on the drugs. So, and like I said, Dawn and I haven't talked about this yet.
No, I haven't.
But that's my point on not wanting a dog, and the upkeep and the maintenance on the dog also.
Thanks, Kevin.
So, I was gonna ask the board, if we can use these funds to help purchase a Life Pack 35, the cardiac monitor, and 2 of the Lucas CPR devices. I just want you guys to know these are not luxury items, you know, they are frontline tool items, and that, you know, basically on any overdose or any cardiac arrest, I can guarantee you that these items will be used on every patient, whether it's an overdose or whether it's in a cardiac arrest. The LifePak 35, you know, it does the same as what the 15 did, but it's an advanced patient monitor. It's a defibrillator. But Lucas delivers consistent, perfect, fatigue-free compressions, which is also awesome as far as protects our providers from injuries. But the problem is, the reality is that our 2 Lucases that we have right now are in the obsolete, which means that if they break, there are no parts to fix it. So we got those 2 Lucases for free in 2016 out of that Helmsley grant, okay? So, and then we were able to get our Life Packs at that time too, which was in 2016, and we got a break on that. So we're gonna have to start, you know, updating this equipment, and it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And the last time when we updated our Life Packs, they were quite old. And that was a fault of us just not, you know, setting aside money every year to update them. So what I've been working with Stryker is right now they have really a very good deal. It's called EMS 1, it's Flex. And we're able to purchase the LifePak 35 and 2 Lucases. They also are giving us some rebates, or their trade-in for our old ones, and they're giving us close to $20,000 trade-in value on those 3 items. So I have a kind of a quote here.
We can't get parts for them, they can't be serviced, but we'll give you 20,000.
They are giving me, yes, they're giving me a trade-in on them. Yeah, I don't know.
Good, I don't get it, but
I know.
Ron, do you know, is this, can we use that money for Life Packs? Does anybody know?
Yeah.
We can?
Yeah, oh yes, absolutely.
if it can be used for opioid overdoses, then yes.
Life packs, Lucas's, yes. So, I'm just gonna pass that around, I only made one. So they would give us the cost, the whole total cost of the project is $110,000. With the trade-ins, that knocks it down to 84,000. Whatever we can put down as a down payment toward that, then we can allocate for the next 3 years or 4 years the remaining amount. So if we put in like a $40,000 or $50,000 down payment this year, then next year we can allocate some of the opiate money that will be in that account toward paying that off. So I think it's a very good deal, you know.
How many of these does the county have countywide?
Well,
And how many of them are outdated? I mean, how,
yeah, we have, so I think I don't know, he gave me a sheet, but I just don't have that. But we have 5 of them, I believe. And right now we can only update, they're $55,000 a piece. That's why we can only go with one, yeah.
When we do,
And then I did some research too, and I know this number is probably pretty weak, because that's what it says, that Osceola County is to get 112,000. So this is kind of an estimate, breaks down on Osceola County should be getting about $112,000 for the final money for the opiate, unless there's more funding coming in. You know, they're always talking about that.
does that seem right, Donna?
That's not what we have currently, but
No, we only have like 66,000
So,
in there.
and this is money coming in for the next, I don't know, it's like 5 years.
could be 10 years.
Yeah. So there'll still be money in there, because I know that Dawn has a project coming up once the jail is completed. So there's still gonna be money coming into that funding. It's not like I'm gonna probably drain it this year, but if it goes through, but.
So I'm sorry, that 110, is that what we already have so far, or are we
No.
getting additional?
So what I'm asking for is, right now, is $50,000, which will take everything out of that funding, because right now we have 65,000 in there. And then from there, that will drop that down, that 84,000 down to $34,000. So for the next 10 years or 4 years, we can allocate the opiate funds for like $8,000. So that's $8,000 is always gonna go toward paying off the 2 Lucases and the Life Pack 35.
Is there any other grants or anything out there to help pay for stuff like this?
I have not, unless I apply for a community foundation grant, you know. But not for the 110.
it's a process, if we do a multi-year payment, we've got to go through a process, basically identifying it as a loan. Is that public
Yeah, unless
hearings
there's-
before
unless-
approval, or can that be done?
Well, unless is there any interest on this?
No.
Because if there's no interest, and Dave said we don't have to do that.
No, there's no.
Because we had that with my election equipment, and since there was no interest, it's not costing the county any me money. I don't have to, but I can verify that with him.
There was a year where we were gonna do 2 years payments and it wasn't interest, but we
Right.
had to go through that, but okay.
That's what he
Remember
told me
for
with
sure.
my election equipment, because I asked him about that. But I'll make sure that didn't change.
I certainly am not opposed to this idea and want to see the updates that need to occur. A little
I'm not.
frustrated why we didn't address this during budget times. If we knew they were from 16 at that time, why weren't we targeting
Yes.
that rather than deplete the
The-
opioid funds if there are other ongoing conversations? And well, yeah, we approved that levy and that the local emergency medical services system advisory council should be addressing this annually and including it in the budget. And
Right, oh, yeah.
I
mean,
can see
those
people
two
wondering, we just
focuses
voted
there.
in a higher levy rate and now other funds are being used to,
But what are we using those opiate funds for?
well, we hadn't finalized the discussion on the drug dog. There was valuable information today, but I thought that was still on the table or of serious consideration. And
I mean, there's still money coming in. I mean, you're still gonna get money coming in to the opiate funds.
The only issue I have with that, Sandy, is we don't really know how much. It's like buying a new car and thinking, well, I can pay for it today, but what if I lose my job tomorrow, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We don't know where we're at with that money. I'm not against it either, but question it a little bit. And I'm a little bit like Jason, if they're worthless, how can they give us a trade-in? What do they want it for? How can they,
All the new ones.
yeah, get their equipment out there. It tells me they've got plenty markup on them already then if they're willing to take it. I don't know. Yeah, I value the sheriff's input, but I think that discussion should be weighed or finalized before we commit to a different route, but
And if I could just interject, and I do not have any figures, I am going to work on that. The arrest rate may be great, but what is the conviction rate? From what I've seen, not the greatest, but I need to look at that a little more. And hopefully, going forward, we can improve on it.
if we would add opioid funding as an item in 2 weeks, could you guys have a conversation and provide some of that information? Is that too soon or
Actually, can we make it 4 weeks?
beginning of
Yeah.
October?
Yeah.
Is that all right? What's that quote? How long is that quote good for?
Well, yeah, it's in October, then there is a price increase on these items. And then the possible, trade-in value is down. But
is there anybody
I
else?
just found out
Our regular schedule would actually be 5 weeks. We'd have 3 weeks in between
Oh, okay.
our next meeting and then the first one in October. Do we want to schedule September 30? A separate meeting or September 30? Is that pushing too much or?
No, that would be fine. I'm just planning on going home to Cedar Rapids in the next couple of weeks for a couple of days. My mom's memorial.
Is there anybody else that sells this kind of equipment?
Not that it's compatible to all the other equipment that we have here in the county. That's what's so nice about it. I mean, we got those Lucases for free and they're already giving us $10,000. for a trade-in on it, and so to me, that's a bonus. But I just recently found out that those two Lucases were, they're coming up to obsolete, because it's a 2.1 and a 2.0 and a 2.1 or whatever. And so one was obsolete on February of 2025, and the other one's coming open in 10 of 2025. So yeah, I mean, I can wait. That'll be fine. You guys decide.
Just making a suggestion. Thoughts on that?
Let's wait and see what happens here, what they come up with.
All right. Okay, thank you.
All right, next item. Thank you all. Next item, we're looking to consider approval of a nonprofit contract with Family Crisis Centers.
This is our annual, and then we budgeted $3,500 in the budget for them, so. And then I didn't do the whole thing, it's what their services they provide to Osceola County, and our $3,500.
Ask for a motion for approval.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion from Helmer, support from Loring to approve the nonprofit contract with Family Crisis Centers. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing none, those in favor of approval signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Now look at or consider approval of Northwest Iowa Regional Housing Trust Fund allocation. That's what we budgeted. Below it probably, isn't
I
it?
below it, yeah, I don't remember offhand, but below it. That's usually what we pay, so.
I make a motion for the Northwest Iowa Trust Fund financial collection.
Second it.
A motion from Helmer, support from DeVore to approve the Northwest Iowa Regional Housing Trust Fund allocation. Here's that request is for $618. Any further discussion? Other than I'll point out that they also indicate that the county would have 26,000 or more available for use, so it's a pretty good opportunity. If no other discussion, those in favor signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Okay, we have a resolution before us, resolution number 3, 2526, amending resolution number 56, 2425, designating city clerks as filing officers for city elections. We have it before us. Do you want to give us a quick update or?
I got an email from the city clerk of Ashton due to unforeseen circumstances. She's not able to be in the office that much. So she asked if I would be the filing clerk for that city election. So once we designate a city clerk, they have to be unless we amend it. So I'm going to be for the city clerk of Ashton, then myself or my staff. She's going to be out of the office for unforeseen time.
I would make a motion for resolution 3, amending resolution 56.
Second.
We have a motion from Helmers and support from Loring for approval of Resolution 3. Any further discussion on that? With no discussion, Mr. Helmers, how do you vote?
Aye.
Mr. Loring? Mr. DeBoer?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Next item on the agenda is consider approval of a 28E agreement with the city of Ocheeden. Sure, I will abstain on discussion in this vote.
I think Arlen,
Is there something you'd like to share, Arlen?
What we're dealing with is working at setting up a 3-year plan on our street projects. The attorneys informed me that I needed to have an engineer to do the bid packets and all of the specs. So I thought, well, why have the tax dollars go out of the county? I reached out to Keith. He's willing to work with us and get our packets put together, work with Tyler on getting things mapped out and stuff. So that's because if we go year by year, then you're utilizing the attorneys every year. This way we get by with, get a 3-year program put together and we don't have to deal with Des Moines. So, my council passed it last night, so.
Keith, you all right with that?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it's similar to our chip seal bids and things like that. We just dust off what we've got, tweak it to suit their needs and create plan sets for them. Sounds like you want 3 sets of plans, so you
Yeah.
can bid them in 3 intervals.
Any cost involved?
We reimburse him for his time. Whatever time they put in, whatever they decide their hourly rate is gonna be, that's what the city of Ocheeden pays. So,
It'd be mine and Brian's time.
Okay.
Mostly Brian's time. You know, he does most of the capital plan preparation. I would do the overview of it and the final.
so yeah, I'm not looking for a freebie. This is, and it's all in here that whatever they designate as their hourly rate, that's what we pay, so.
We have those rates calculated because that's what we've been turning into people.
So I just thought it'd be easier to work locally than dealing with somebody out of Rock Rapids or elsewhere.
I would make a motion for the 28E agreement with the city of Ocheeden.
I'll support it.
Any further discussion concerning the motion by Helmers, support from Loring to approve the 2080 agreement with the city of Ocheeden? Hearing none. Those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. And I marked it abstain, please.
I'll just
All right.
leave this.
and then we'll file it with the Secretary of State's office and I'll get you a copy of it once it's filed, if that works.
Yep, that's fine.
Thanks, Arlen.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Keith.
And we next look at consider approval of the conflict of interest policy. Shared my reservations in the past. We exceed what the code requirements are as to family. I've argued that I don't always meddle in my parents' affairs, so I can't always know what would present a conflict with items that they're involved with, but the language has continued with parents in there, so.
Need a motion for that, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
I'll make a motion for the conflict of interest policy.
Support.
Further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Aye. Policy is passed. Next, we have consider approval, disapproval of military service property exemption.
Want Sharon in here to explain that, or?
Yep, that'd be good, please. On the conflict, I encourage y'all to be aware of the board member affirmation portion disclosure. We are on the military exemption, service property tax exemption item. You have some info for us,
Well,
or?
I take the application and then I recommend allow or disallow. You guys have the final say-so. Okay, you probably have the application in front of you. I need to be able to check one of these boxes for him to qualify. He needed to either served on active duty, which there was no war going on, or he had to have served 18 months. It was only in 6 months. So he clearly doesn't qualify, just like that Golubeski didn't qualify. So you guys pushed that one through a few months ago. Similar situation. No active duty, no 18 months. So I'm just recommending disallow. You guys have the final say-so.
I don't seem to have a copy in my packet, but
Really?
that's all right.
Yeah, you can have mine.
That's right. So the last time, if it doesn't meet the criteria and you're making that recommendation, I would follow that. I know that's not what was done previously, so
Right.
what motion would you guys prefer?
So it's a $4,000 exemption, which is facing, I don't know, what, depending on the levy. Does the state reimburse any of that, Rochelle?
Not
Anymore.
anymore, I don't think.
1852.
I don't think
So
so.
it clearly comes out of the county's pocket to allow this.
Yeah, the county schools and all the other entities, comes out of everybody's pocket.
$32 levy, you're talking $128.
Yeah, he's in Ashton, so that might be about right.
Around the city
32, yeah.
rate then.
Split between the school and the city, basically. a little bit for the county.
We have a recommendation before us from the assessor. What action would we like to take on that?
We don't qualify, I say disapprove.
That was argued last time this was before us, and that's not the route the board took. Is that a motion to disapprove?
Yeah, I can make that motion.
And I'll second it.
We have a motion from Lauren, support from DeBoer, to disapprove, as recommended by the assessor, the exemption request. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor of the motion signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Next, we have discuss storage shed remodel.
I got no bids, no inquiries, no nothing. So I don't know. I didn't reach out to any contractors. I don't know who I should reach out to or. And then who are we going with, you know, for the materials?
Where was the bid from? Didn't we get a bid?
We didn't get any bids. We got 2 quotes for materials, one from the elevator in Old Cheaton and then Snuff's Lumber.
They were within $50.
Yeah,
So
these are the 2.
we wrote the spec as them being comparable, that they could choose either one. We weren't gonna quibble over $50. Or try to make one drop their price by $50 or anything. Basically, so either one would be satisfactory. They also have the option to provide their own supplier if they provided a supply list and let us review it.
You know, Reggie said he could do the roof, but, you know, I don't know about the sides. You know, he's gonna need help. I don't know who to ask or. I have to check into insurance to make sure, you know, Reggie's you know. He should be okay because he's an employee of the county, but just make sure we have no hiccups there. I just don't know who to ask.
The roof absolutely needs to get done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
Can Reggie do the roof? Just
Well,
thinking out loud, I don't.
he said he could, but he didn't know what the board wanted, so I said, well, we'll talk about it. He thought he could do it by himself. Is that true?
My only concern is that seems outside of the routine maintenance
Well,
position
that was
that
my
I don't
next
want
question.
us
Yeah,
to
it
say
is.
fit that within your hours.
Extra for that?
Well, if he does it beyond work hours, yeah, I would think.
Then are we gonna have a problem with insurance?
Yeah,
Are
I
those gonna
haven't,
require proof of insurance,
Yeah,
so that's gonna be
probably.
named, and, yeah, I'm not opposed to the idea, I just see
red flags.
issues arising, unfortunately.
What did the ad state? I guess I'm not sure I even saw it, or wasn't there an ad?
There was, yep, I had it in the paper for 3 weeks, just looking for somebody to remodel, reside the shed.
Yeah, it referred you to our site for the spec, but the spec basically said that the entire roof had to be pulled off and all the purlins, new roof, and then the siding was, there were a couple of locations where it needed to be furred out, ways, but nothing major, and then siding. And they had the option to use either CFE or Schnepp's and put in a labor price, or their own material and labor price. And they were not required to bid either or, or both. They could bid one or the other or both. It was an A/B bid.
But I was supposed to contact my office with any, and nobody contacted my office, so.
Does anybody read the paper?
Yeah, that's a good question. No, probably not. And it was, it was on our website too, but.
Like that 5-star, you see them all over the place.
Yep,
Just throwing out ideas, I don't know.
I know they do roofing. I don't know if they do.
Yeah, I mean,
They
the
do.
roof really needs to get done, that would be the most important. I don't know. Do we reach out to people, or?
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
I would encourage that. I'm not opposed to using Reggie either. If we can get a few questions answered, if he does it on county hours, and then can he provide the necessary? Or it is county time and we just recognize additional hours for the next
That would probably be the
time period or
simplest one.
whatever. Maybe it would be, I don't know, there's probably a workaround. I just wasn't.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if we can figure out how to get Reggie to.
But if he knows someone to ask or wants to.
5-star guy too,
Yeah.
I know them guys pretty good.
If we do a local bid, like local paper bid, we always reach out to contractors to make them aware of the bid.
Oh, okay.
Just,
I know you just assisted with this ad. Did you
I
do
did
any
not
of
reach
this?
out to
Not
anyone.
with this one. Okay.
just help write the spec.
Which I appreciate very much,
Yeah.
so thank you. Because that's out of my realm. So you're gonna reach out to 5-star?
Yeah, if you give me them bid sheets or whatever, I'll show it to them.
Yeah, we can print it off. Do you want me to check more with Reggie, or how are we?
I'd like to see him.
If he's willing to tackle it, we did our effort to let the public know and get bids, so I'd kind of hate to
He's willing
take
to.
it away from him. If he's willing to cover when we got nobody, then,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
If it's legal, let's see if he'll do
Okay.
it.
And then on county time then is what we're thinking, because he probably doesn't have, he's not self-employed with that, so he probably doesn't have insurance just because,
I'd just say county time, maybe.
and then pay him a little extra.
Well, just
What's the
understand
normal
that the
hours?
hours are gonna be
Yeah.
in excess of what he normally is, although he's probably 40 hours right now.
No, not yet, October 1.
Oh, that's through the winter. It's the snow removal that we did 40
Yes.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd give him a little extra too. Let's see if we can work it out.
Okay, I'll check with him
Or
and see
just
what he says.
Contact 5-stars, see what work out. And
Okay,
if
hold off
if he's
then.
content with trying to find someone yet, then that,
Okay, I'll talk to him then
reasonable
and
too.
see what he says. Okay. And we're mainly just worried about the roof at this point.
They do demolition and 5-star siding.
Yeah, they'll tear it off in
Yeah,
30
Okay.
minutes.
yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to Reggie.
okay, any further on that, or? Good. There, we have claims to consider. Note that there is a Boston Water Service claim in there, number 412.
I'll make a motion for Osmo Water 412.
Who do you take?
I don't know. But I
I
heard
I
him.
did.
You did, but who
Well, a
seconded
motion
it?
from Helmer, support from DeBoer
Okay.
for approval of claim 412, Boston Water Service. I will abstain. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. I abstain. Remainder of the claims to review or discuss.
I would make a motion on the rest of the claims.
I'll support that.
Motion from Helmer, support from Loring for approval of the claims, the remainder of the claims. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor of approval signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Claims approved.
Can we go back up to the storage shed? So if Reggie does do that, where should he get the material from?
I'd say go with the lower one. Wasn't quite $50, but
I think there's another one, isn't it? You gotta sign that one too?
Yes,
I think,
ones that were handwritten.
cheaper by about,
I think Schnapp's-
Snap was cheaper.
Sorry.
one of them, not bad, just stated he had sales tax discretion.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's still, Snap is still lower.
Yeah, just
Oh, sorry.
Mhm. Cause theirs is 42.54 and theirs is 42.81. Oh, no, I was wrong.
That's what I thought too.
CFD was
CFE was cheaper. Cause they had sales tax on it. So CFE was 42.54.64 and Snap Lumber was 42.81.
But if you're only doing the roof at this time.
Oh,
it's
okay.
cheaper for just the roof.
Okay, we'll look at who's ever cheaper then. That's all I need to know and we'll figure that out.
anything else under other business?
Oh, I talked to the lean that's gonna do the trees.
Oh.
He said he'd probably be here in the next week.
Okay, I'll let Reggie know that.
Something I need to put down.
Okay,
I said, get there. So,
okay, I'll let Reggie know that. I already got his proof of insurance and everything, so we're good there.
Future agenda items, I might press Jack to try to do some sort of financial incentive to participate in the wellness programs. We've talked about it before, I've asked him before, and provided some other counties to review or as examples, but before the end of October, I'm gonna press him to try to get something to consider for that.
I know we're on the agenda to update our handbook. He has reached out to me on that, so. Family Crisis Center emailed me about their nonprofit. You know, we haven't given to them for the last 3 or 4 years, so emailed them back and said the board probably would
Not
like to.
Family Crisis.
No,
Upper Des Moines.
Upper Des Moines. And I emailed them back and saying maybe you should come to the board and tell them like your hours and what services you provide because they have not been.
Yep.
And I haven't heard back yet, so. So hopefully they will, because we only budgeted, $5 for them this year, so.
Listened into that ASO advisory board meeting, and I did receive a request to reconsider my turning the opportunity down, and after listening to the meeting, I don't know that I find much value or much. I mean, it's an opportunity to give feedback, but I would think or hope that they would receive feedback at any point. And I don't know why we gotta wait quarterly to hear from an advisory board what's happening in the counties, so I'm even less inclined at this point to.
It's really a mess, because we've got
reconsider.
we've got mental health bills and we don't know where to go with them. I mean, no one gives us guidance, no one,
They
they,
just want you to pay it.
they
They're
want us
sending
to
it
pay
to
it,
you
yeah.
for what?
Mental health services. We just got a bill the other day for somebody and we brought it back down to the clerk's office, because it's like, if it's substance abuse, yes, we have no choice, but mental health or juvenile, we have no choice.
Administrative surgery for this organization to be covering substance abuse too, shouldn't it?
Is it covering that now?
Mental health and substance are combined now.
Oh. Okay, we better
I'll
check
look at
that
that
out.
site again before I leave, and it showed a claims submission.
See, I don't think I ever got any
They
of
haven't
that.
communicated with you.
I know we paid substance abuse, which is fine. We'll just reimburse, or we'll submit it, the claim then.
Okay.
There's just,
Them, bid sheet, I'll send you a picture of.
it all happened and then we got no guidance. Especially into the clerk's office and my office, because they get that majority of the bills, so.
Anything else, or would we look to adjourn, gentlemen?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion from Helmer, support from Loring to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign.